All right, guys, so here we are back at it again. Make sure that you guys have uploaded that first document to here to the suicide prevention page. You should have uploaded it. And then this is the second part of the video, so go back to modules. And now we're going to go to suicide prevention number 2. You should already have this page still open. If you don't have it open, you'll have to go back to suicide prevention, that initial suicide prevention page, and click on that blue link again. So to make sure that you have this page open, okay? So make sure this page is open, and then go back to suicide prevention number 2. And this document here actually tells you to upload the warning signs of suicide document, which we're going to work on right now, okay? So now that we've already uploaded this first activity, we're going to look at the warning signs and risk factors of suicide. So there are 4 categories here: feelings, actions, changes, and threats. And these are all warning signs that we need to pay attention to for someone who could possibly be at risk for suicide. So feelings, we need to make sure that we're paying attention to someone who is feeling hopeless, helpless, worthless, someone who is feeling guilty, shameful, or have self-hatred, someone who has pervasive sadness, someone who has persistent anxiety or is agitated, someone who is uncharacteristically angry or hostile, and someone who has confusion. They just look like they're in an utter fog and they just can't make any good decisions. Now their actions, they are normally a calm, cool, and collected person, but they have uncharacteristic aggression, rage. They're seeking revenge. They are reckless without thinking. They are taking crazy risks that they would not have normally taken. They're becoming accident prone. They're walking down the hallway and they just fall over. They're bumping into things. They have had maybe a recent loss, a death, a divorce, maybe a loss of a friendship or a relationship that was very important to them. Maybe they lost a job. Maybe they've been getting in trouble, whether at work or at school, had possibly some discipline problems, increased drug or alcohol use, a theme of death or destruction in their talking or their writing or website usage, a change in their personality or their loss of interest in their work or hobbies, a marked decrease in schoolwork or performance, unable to eat or sleep, or vice versa of that, sleeping or eating all of the time, sudden improvement or being down or withdrawn, or a dramatic mood change. And the last one here is threats. Statements that are talking directly or indirectly about suicide. For example, I won't be around much longer, or I'm going to take my life. That would be direct versus indirect. Someone has plans of giving away their prized possessions or making arrangements for a funeral or studying how a specific drug affects their body or their mind or their heart, or lastly, obtaining a weapon. Those are all signs that a person could possibly be thinking about suicide. Now these ones down here on the bottom in the gold or in the yellow are some risk factors that someone could possibly have suicide as on the radar for those of us that might know them. Some mental health conditions have a risk factor of suicide. Substance abuse or alcohol abuse as well. Serious or chronic health conditions. Remember that word chronic means that it's a long-lasting health condition. Limited access to health care, so someone that might be a veteran or someone who does not have health insurance. That would be limited access to health care. Someone who has difficulty sleeping, has had a stressful life event. Prolonged stress factors, like someone who has been harassed or bullied, maybe someone who's been bullied through middle school, elementary school, and high school, and they just feel like they can't take it any longer. They may be at risk for taking their life. Someone who has some financial or school difficulties. Exposure to suicide, maybe someone has just recently had a friend or a family member pass away and they just have those thoughts rolling around in their head. Maybe a person has had a previous attempt at suicide that does put them at risk for possibly attempting again. Family history of suicide and a history of self-harm. We did talk about self-harm when we talked about the mental health disorders, and self-harm was one that we talked about. A person doesn't do it intentionally to cause suicide, but the self-harm does put them at a risk factor of completing suicide. So there are all the signs of suicide, warning signs of suicide, and then the risk factors of suicide as well. So here, if you scroll down in this Google Doc, that Suicide Prevention 2020 document, and go down to practice, you're going to click on that activity piece, and you're going to open it up. This is a Google Drawings. So you're going to click Make a Copy. And now, once it all loads, what we do, the first two things, is you're going to change the name of the document to your name. Oops. And you're going to hit enter because it saves it. And then we're going to move the document into our health folder, just like we always do. So now we know where it's saved and we know the name of the document. Okay, so here's how you do this activity. All these boxes over here are just Word boxes. Okay, so we're going to pull these Word boxes over here into these columns where they belong. The directions are right here. Click on the text box and move 15 of the warning signs into the correct box. There are 26 boxes, so technically if you only have to move 15 of them, you are going to leave 11 boxes over here on the left-hand side. All right? Use your notes if you have to. Okay, but I do truly want you to try to move these on your own before you look back at your notes. So let's see, let's use hopeless. So where do you think hopeless fits? Which one of these columns do you think hopeless fits into? Yeah, all right, it does. It fits into feelings. So when you go to move it, you have to click on the box, so it's blue. And then you have to make sure that the T with the arrows on the end is like that. And then you click it and you drag it. All right, so when you click it and drag it, it will move it. So let's do another one. I won't be around much longer. What do you think that one is? I might have to check. Oh, I found it. I wasn't sure. Double positive check there, Mrs. Barnes. All right, I won't be around much longer. That one is a threat. So you make sure the blue box is there. Make sure you have that T with the arrows on the end. And you click it and you pull it across. All right, so now you're going to take your next 13, because I just did 2 of them for you, and you're going to pull them over. All right, when you're done all 15, all right, you're going to go to the Suicide Prevention number 2 assignment in your Canvas classroom, and you're going to click Submit Assignment. Scroll down, click on Google Drive, LTI 1.3. You're going to select a file, and then you're going to find the document that you want to upload. Do not upload the warning signs document. I want your document that you just moved all of those things over to. Click on that, click Add, click Attach, and double check that it's the correct document. Warning signs of suicide, warning signs of suicide, and then you're going to click Submit Assignment. All right? Any questions, let me know. I hope you guys have a great afternoon, and I will see you in our next class. Bye!